then I'm running. Get money, you ain't tryna get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline, a flag on the play. Like Julio with them Falcons, I just made a play. In the red zone, going strong, watch me shake and bake. Let's go.
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
A 6-yard.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
7, Ravens nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd.
He'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
It's a gain of 3.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Complete to
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
27.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, it's Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was that. Last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
On the tackle.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Eagles. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream to having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Davion Taylor in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down.
Gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
A gain of
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Raven, 1st down.
From the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Andrews.
Good catch there by Mark Andrews. It was Lamar Jackson's favorite target last year. They came in the same draft class and quickly got in sync with each other. Andrews led the team in receptions with 64 last year for 852 yards.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Marquise Brown.
Marquise Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
The 37-yard line.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
At the 50-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And that one incomplete.
Marquise Goodwin
had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
to punt for the Eagles.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Shreds the tackle. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Now the question, what do you do here? Time, not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Here's Jackson to return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing is Wentz, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
The kick is
the bottom line. Tremendous starting field position. Really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine a head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Jalen Mills.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On the tackle.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 3.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Eagles 31, Ravens 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes with Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
He was looking for Mark Ingram there, and it's third down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Complete.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
First down, Baltimore.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Mark Ingram, the ball carrier.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Ravens.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
38-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A long ways to go here on 2nd down.
57, Mike, 57. 13.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And we're going to have a break in the action. As you can see, Mark Andrews is yet to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. They can't hang with us.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete.
Jackson.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And Jackson throwing once more. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, report.
To throw again is Jackson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play.
2nd down.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, and the pressure gets to him again. Sacked by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
12 yards.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Escaping the pressure, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Fletcher Cox. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And 5 at the 27-yard line.
Ingram again. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 37-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
Flushed out right. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Gain of 7. 1st down, Ravens.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete.
Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll run here with Ingram. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And goal at the 11-yard line.
Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Brings up 4th and goal.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wentz steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground?
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
The kick is
and
good.
It's up and good.
Makes the score Eagles 44, Ravens 20.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Marcus Peters.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
First down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And this is a situation where defensively, Brandon, you're going to be so excited. It's getting late. You've got the lead. No reason to not just pin your ears back and go. Bring the pressure. And here they hit him as he's releasing the football, and that's going to help lead to the interception.
Down the man inside. Down the man.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
Another run here with Sanders. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Wentz to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Eagles, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll look to...
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet.